Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Satisfactory 1.0. We're building something over here. Hey, everyone, welcome back to my playing of Satisfactory. And as I stand on the top of the wall of what's going to be the supercomputer tower of power. I don't know why I said tower of power. I just felt it needed a little bit of embellishment. Yes, we are back. We are playing Satisfactory, and we are building a massive supercomputer factory. In fact, we're going to be building all kinds of things around here. But we got started on our first building. We got our train stations in last week, so a little bit of a recap here for you. So we worked out how we're bringing in our trains here. I did a little bit of kind of planning out and thinking about the front fascia here, but really, pardon me, but really haven't done a lot of extra work on here. Sorry, choking on my own damn spit here. Yet man found in office drowned in his own saliva. So yeah, that's what we, so I've just kind of figured out how I want to have the trains. In this case, this would be the entrance for the trains. So I kind of thought how I'm going to do it, because I still, no matter how much space I have, always seem to squeeze everything in way too freaking tight. But there we go. So yes, we've got our trains laid out for there. We are ready to start building things. We are building our high rise. So what is it that we are building? Well, we are building supercomputers. And if we look in the old Satisfactory modeler here, you can see that this is what we are building. So we are going to need to be bringing in a bunch of copper. We are going to need to be bringing in a bunch of deuterium. We are going to need to be bringing in a bunch of raw quartz. So that will then lead to these various machines, and I probably should start getting that built. Of course, after that, those resources aren't just for that. We are going to need more resources. We got iron coming in for here. We're going to need steel for over here. We're going to need more raw quartz here. We're going to need more copper here. And then all of that is going to feed into making the radio control units. And I swear to God, it's these freaking crystal oscillators that are giving me the most grief. In fact, let's have a look at our recipes and see if maybe there's a better recipe we have for these stupid ass things. I hate the crystal oscillators so very, very, very much. Yeah, they suck big time. Yeah, no, I do not have an alternate recipe for... Let's make sure that can I see everything in there? What's going on with the old screen resolution here? There we go. Make sure that's working there. Yeah, everything's working there. Yeah, so yeah, the most useless freaking product in this game. I wish they would take them out. They are absolutely trash. Or seriously rework this recipe, guys. Like, why in the earth would I need... Like, for God's sakes, reinforced plates to make these stupid things. Like, why? Like, just, there's no point to it. It just, oh, they infuriate me. Anyway, let's get past the therapy session here. So yeah, we are going to be working on these supercomputers. So, because I'm going to avoid the crystal oscillators for now, because I hate them so very, very much. Oh, lovely Z fighting going on there. Does that mean I'm going to have to move my columns? Actually, I should probably move my columns. They're sticking out a little weird here. Anyway, yeah, so that's what the plan is today, is to start in the actual factory here and getting the stuff set up for the supercomputers. I'm just going to kind of off screen here very quietly without you guys knowing anything, slowly reposition everything so I can actually see what the hell I'm building. All right. Yeah, you didn't notice a thing, did ya? No, you didn't. All right. Does he seem a little bit more manic today? Why, yes, I believe he does seem a little bit more manic today. Did he suffer from a head stroke? What is going on with this stream? Why do you keep saying that? So I'm looking at the YouTube studio. It's supposed to give me the kind of breakdown here. And for what, like... Okay, I'm watching a feed on a different computer of the stream here. Take a little real world break here. And I'm seeing, you know, maybe 5, 6, 8 second delay. I'm looking at the actual YouTube studio. and it's showing what I did like 5 minutes ago. Like, wow, that is just not great here, folks. Anyway, let's get back into it and ignore that. It really is no point in me freaking monitoring this screen at all. Okay, so let's get ourselves kind of figured out here and figure out what we're doing. So like I said, we are going to be bringing in a copper, we are going to be bringing in the Caterium, and we are going to be bringing in the quartz, which is all going to be coming into these 3 stations here. I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to move the Caterium from the quartz copper line and put it in with a actual developed iron line from way back in the corner there. So again, with the previous week, not last week, but the week before that, we started working, or we finalized bringing in our quartz, Caterium, copper, blah blah blah, out of basically a resource node foundational area. Like, it's actually really good. It's got 3 quartz, it's got 3 coppers within a kilometer, it's got 3 Caterium, and it's got 3 iron ore. And I'm thinking I'm gonna need to bring iron ore over here at some point in time. Mind you, I do recall I haven't really been in here for the week. Over the week, what I did do is I did run around here and collected a bunch more hard drives. They're in here somewhere, so you can see my inventory is quite full. Yeah, so I managed to pick up another 10 hard drives. Uh-oh, I just realized something. Here, look at something else for a quick moment while I change a setting in the game. No, I didn't change the animal aggressiveness at all. Not at all. All right, there we go. You didn't see a thing. You don't know anything. They don't suspect anything. You've gotten away with it, Moriarty. Again, did I suffer a head injury that I'm not aware of? Brain seems a little bit weird today. But regardless, yes, that's right. I said regardless. The correct word, regardless. There is no such thing as irregardless. Regardless is the correct word. And by the way, North American English speakers, learn how to pronounce interesting correctly. There's no tra in the word interesting. It is I-N-T-E-R, not T-R-A. It is just one of my massive pet peeves, listening to other people speak when they go tra, la 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 la. It's tar, 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 tar. Yeah, he seems to be a little bit crazy today. All right, why do we seem to be putting off actually getting to work? I don't know, but let's get to work here. All right, so it looks like I'm going to need me 12. Well, let's do some number crunching here. So we got 12.95 smelters for Zacapa. Going to need to add me 9.3 of Caterium, and out of that 7.93 for the quartz. So oof. All right, well, let's see what we got. That is a lot. That's 30 some odd smelters, and I'm pretty sure I can fit all of those down here, especially if we start looking at some of our blueprint pods here. This is where these guys are really going to start coming in. So we actually have an 8-pod smelter as well as a 6-pod smelter, and I'm thinking if I go with the 6-pod smelter line, so you can see it's right here, so ore come in, ingot go out. If I do 2 of these, that's 12 smelters. I need 12.95 for the copper. So all I really need to do then is throw a crystal or 2. Actually, I'll need 2 crystals into either a single machine or into a couple of machines to kind of spread out the load. And they can very, very easily go in one right. Let's see, right here. Like, yeah, let's just go ahead and drop these guys in. Maybe actually we'll do it over here. So I'm looking at the arrows. You can see that ore go in this end there by the orange arrow, and if we turn this around, that we have the green arrow where ingots go out. So if I drop you right here, you should be fitting on a 4x4. So let's just get you kind of shoved up to the edge here. So there we go. We got lots of walk space. You are currently fitting on 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to need another 3, and that leaves me 3. Yeah, that's all right. So yeah, I'm just going to start off. Let's get to work. Let's stop making stupid ass jokes and stuff and just drop one in. So there we go. Okay, so let's get a second line in here. So we're going to bring up the blueprint mode. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Nope, can't use the blueprint mode here. What am I doing? Sample that. Okay, so we got that back, so I'm going to hit R. I'm going to have to use the default mode, but I am going to use the auto connect because this is a continuance of that line. And if I do it like that, I should be able to connect these two flow puts. And then if we look underneath, so if we just duck underneath here, we should also get a connection there, and you can see we are getting our connection. So we're going to click that there. We're going to position you again. What happens if I go to blueprint? Actually, I think I did. Okay, let's try this again. So we're going to go blueprint. And that should have that belt connected. It didn't snap connect. Oh, well, we will get stuck. Can I get through here, please? There we go. All right, didn't connect. That's because I screwed it up. Let's actually dismantle this guy and try that again. All right. Apparently this morning's craziness has eliminated my ability to do anything functional. Okay, so there we go. We got blueprint auto connect, so we're going to connect it, and then we're going to lock it into place. And now we should be connected here. We more or less are. Yes, we are. The belts just took a second to come in. Oop, underneath. If we pop up under here, it didn't connect up here, but that is an easy fix here. We'll just grab ourselves a nice big belt. I don't need anything more than a Mark III here. What is with the colors I picked last time? Something is definitely amiss when I built these things. That is a pretty funky color going on there, big guy. Anyway, okay, so this is our input side, so that's where the ore is going to go in, and then all of our kind of finished ingots are going to come out of here. So that is our copper input line. In fact, I'm going to update the sign here to say copper in there. So copper in. And that is our copper line. All right, now I'm going to need 9 smelters for the Caterium. Now, how do I want to do this? Yeah, I should be able to fit all of these guys down here with room to spare, it seems. Or, excuse the pun, or I need to turn the ingots into copper sheet. I need basically 20 constructors. What have I got for a constructor blueprint here? Constructors. I've got a 8-pod constructor. I've also got a 16-pod ready to go. What does that look like? And yes, I can actually use these guys now because I finally have my aluminum. That is a tall ass bastard. Did I not go tall enough for my... Oh, no. No, I did. What do we got? We got 4 floors, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 floors. That's correct. You're a tall little bugger, aren't you, those 16? Okay, well, let's have another look here. I've got the 8. Yeah, see, the 8 fits much better. So that'll do me 16 constructors here. So I could do this as my entire copper floor. But I have some wasted space over here, whereas if I go into the smeltering, what have I got for other smelter recipes? Oh, I do have like a copper smelter. Oh, that's a whole copper building. No, we're not using that. No. 8-pot smelter plus a 6-pot smelter. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna keep them all down here. No, I still have some wasted space. Not a big fan of the wasted space. Not a fan. So I can put another one. Yeah, so I'm going to need one more pod here. How do you fit? Do you fit well in this little kind of space right here? Yeah, you don't really. What if I rotate you? How do you do then? Nope, turn that off. There we go. Oh god, you're even worse that way. How do I want to do this? How indeed. So I need 2 of these pods, but they are connected. So yeah, so why don't I go? I don't know, man. I didn't think about this when I built the building's foundation, man. I just thought, let's build a building. This will be enough room, really. Yeah, it's not a very efficient use of the room. It's just, no. Okay, anyway, let's put that there. Let's see how that looks. How does that look? Does that look awful? Okay, so that actually works okay there. So we'll call this the Caterium. How many of these foundations? Yeah, so I got enough. So yeah, we can put the Caterium line coming in here. I think I want to rotate you, though. So we're going to put the Caterium line right here. Are we? Are we really? Are we going to do this? Are we really doing this? Are we really doing this? Fine. Let's do this. Let's get nuts. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so that's going to be the Caterium coming in. Oh, let's wait for the encased beams to reload themselves. Just about there. Okay, and there we go. We've got another one in there. Okay, so this is then going to be the quartz. So I'm again just hitting H here to lock things into place, and then using the arrow keys to nudge. Let's make sure everything actually is in fact lined up. There we go. So that's lined up there. You can tell by the blue line there, and just by looking, I'm otherwise using the towers as kind of my plumb line. So there we go. Okay, so we're going to do that. That is going to allow us to bring in our Caterium. So what is this going to be? This is going to be Caterium ingots. So we are going to copy that, and then we are going to paste, and we are going to paste, can we paste, and then paste. There we go. So if those are going to be Caterium, I need actually some extras going on here. Not that button. I'm going to go into this guy here. Going to throw 3 crystals into him. Because he's right at the front of the manifold, and we are going to get him up to, it should be about 130%, or 230%, because out of 8, 9.3, that's 1.3 extra, that's 130 some odd percent on top of the 100%, so 230 would be correct. I'm going to go 231%, just to be different, just so I have a tiniest little bit of overflow. I'm going to be using, I'm not going to worry about making sure I drop in enough machines at the moment, because I do have lots of power crystals. I am going to run into power issues probably pretty shortly. So if we have a quick look here, let's just find a convenient location to get some power. Did I not power the elevators? Is the elevators powered? No, I don't think my elevators are currently powered yet. So gonna have to take care of that sooner than later. Other thing I need to do is I need to fix my Luma settings. So you can see here that as I approach light pools, it just gets darker. That is kind of the opposite of what the final gather Luma settings should be doing. So the fix, and you can find this command in the description of the video here. So if we go into the old video and we look in the description, I have a line of code here. Not on that one. That is the wrong video. Let's go into the proper video here. There it is. It is the r dot blah 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 and a whole bunch of other things. Anyway, okay, so I'm copying it from my video description and I'm going to paste it here. So I hit the tilde key. That's the little squiggly key up by the one on your keyboard. That is the command in here that should fix the global. It'll bring it back to what update was. So when I hit enter, we should see immediately that using these guys as lights, which they gave us the option to do. It's not like we're hacking the game. This is something that was built into the game, and get that nice final gather. It's supposed it's one of the biggest benefits of running Unreal 5, which was, as we recall, a huge change to the gameplay when they did the switch. Okay. The reason I ask if my elevator powered is because, I'm using it to move power up and down the building. All right, so that means I need to start now bringing stuff out of here. It's really dark down here, so I'm going to put some more signs in. And if we look through our menu here, we see we have a blueprint ready to go for signage here. I'm going to turn my flashlight on just so I can see where I'm dropping things. All right, so we are going to run it down right through here. I'm going to put one there. We're going to skip a line. We're going to come down to here. It's already better. Let's make sure we're getting it placed nicely, like that. We're going to skip one. We're going to come to here. We're going to place another one. Then we are going to place another one. And then we are going to place another one. And I think that should be fine. Yep, that'll be fine. All right, let's do it between these guys here. Whilst I am here, we're gonna go there. We're gonna skippy. Yeah, I skippied. And then we're gonna go like so. Then we are going to go like so. Then we are going to go, like so. And then like so. And yay, we can see without the annoying flashlight. All right, cool. Okay, so let's start bringing some materials up. And I want to make sure I have my handy dandy modeler. That way I can see what I'm doing here. Just again, I'm always monitoring this little fella here. I don't know why here. There we go. Is that better? It's getting cut off in the bottom for some odd reason. Well, then it can either have a cut off at the bottom or cut off on the side. Well, let's do the letterbox on the side of it here. Maybe like that. Okay, so I'm just looking up the screen. That's not too bad. It's not great, but you know what? It'll work. All right, so there we go. So again, I'm keeping an eye on this. So we're at this stage here. In fact, let's whoop. This is not the modeler. This is the recording software that is monitoring the modeler. Let's go back over to the actual model here. Just to kind of keep my brain from not melting down, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move these guys over a bit, like so, and then like so. So that is the smelter line. From the smelter line, we are going to a construction line, which is that guy. Then we're going to have the assembly line. And then we have our manufacturing line. And finally, we end up with that guy there. Okay, so that's going to be kind of our next floor, or maybe our next two floors, actually. Yeah, so we're looking at least 3 floors, if maybe not 4 floors for this whole building. And that's actually not bad for kind of a you know, it's supercomputers, but it's not a super complicated line, especially the fact that my circuit boards here. Yes, you only need. No, those are AI limiters. Do I have my what am I doing for circuit boards? Am I actually making my circuit boards? I am making the circuit boards here. I do have a circuit board factory. But you know what? No, I'm just not gonna use the pre-circuit board. Okay, let's get back into the game here. Okay, so again, the three kind of first line of, or primary ones for this area here are going to be these three here. So we are going to need to get them up through the roof into the new building. Sorry, squirrel. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. And all right, let's get the stuff. I've said it like 5 times now. Just do it. Yes, Mr. LeBouf. Shia LeBouf. All right, so we're gonna need to go upwards. So yeah, can use Mark 4s for all of this. Not like I need any reason to. You know what? I don't need reasons to be saving my aluminum here. So I'm going to update my toolbar a little bit here with the old logistics. So we're going to change the default. There we go. So that's now on 3. And that is now on 4. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, just might as well maximize the damn flow here. Okay, so we're going to have one going up to there. Very temporary. Very temporary. We're going to have one go up to there. Cool. It misses the light. That's always convenient. Going to have that one go up to there. Okay, so these guys, like I say, are temporary because we are going to grab our floor holes now, and we are going to try to squeeze them into place. So we're going to put one there. We're going to do, nope. There we go. Nudgy. Then we're going to nudge it into place there. And then we are going to nudge this one into place here. There we go. All right. Those are now nudged into place. We can remove them. And then we can make sure the direction's correct and snap you like a hurricane and into there. All right, so who is whom? Sharona. I kind of think, yeah, I'm not sure what the order is. That's very important. So you know what? Just to make sure, and just for the shites and giggles of it, let's build the train that is going to be doing this run for us. So we're going to need 1 engine, 3 cars. 1 engine should be fine. It's not a huge amount of up and down, and it is only 3 cars here. All right, let's get our path straightened out. So let's go into our timetable here. So what we are going to start off with here is we are going to start off with ooh, that is not even close to being first quartz copper. Yuck. So that's the Titan. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go fix those. So we're gonna go here first. That's going to pick up our quartz and copper. We're then going to take a little side trip to the Caterium. And then once all of that is done, we are going to come to the Western Desert, copper, quartz, Caterium, and we are going to drop off. So we're going to save our changes there. We are going to hop out for a quick sec here because I need to make sure that these guys, yep, see there by default, they just go to load. We don't want to load, we want to unload. There we go, and one more. There we go. Okay, so let's actually first test to see if this whole train line actually functions correctly. Let's jump into our train here. Let's turn on our self-driving, and away we go. Yeah, so you can see our next station is going to be first going into the quartz copper station, and then it should flow into the Caterium depot. All right, so first test is passed. It is making it through the roundabout here, and away we go. In fact, you know what? Let's just What is photo mode again? I have completely forgotten what photo mode is. Why does my brain hate me? Anyway, never mind. Totally, completely blanked on what... Isn't it P for photo? Anyway, okay, well, there we go. We're going to take the path off here. Off we go. Up the long hill. While that's happening, I need to confirm my brain here. Satisfactory. Still can't believe they removed the staircase. The stairs. That to make me unhappy. I really did like the stairs. I did, you know, they were limited in their use, but they filled a pretty specific niche. Anyway, satisfactory photo mode. The video game goes on the side. How do you get to the photo mode in satisfactory? Cancel photo mode key. There we go. As the train runs around. Yeah, so what the hell? P, does it not work when you're sitting in a train anymore? I'm guessing not. Yeah, see, I'm hitting P. Nothing's happening. That is just very, very strange. And I have returned. I'm speaking again. Yeah, it's weird that the photo mode again doesn't work when you're in the train. I don't know why. That's strange. But, you know, whatever. We can just sit here with all the little HUD things going on. But so far the train is doing exactly what I needed to do. Which is not really, I mean, yeah, I'd say it wasn't much of a question. It's just making sure that it does the stations correctly, and it should do, which again is nothing super special. I like that elevated highway coming down here and seeing that. That does make me happy. And around the corner we go. We got a little bypass line for an oopsies, but we're gonna pull into our station here. Now that last car is gonna dangle outward, but it don't need to come all the way in because it ain't getting no love here. It gets its love over there. I wish they put the end. So again, on things of my little bitch list here, I wish they'd also put the animation back on the tops of the container, or the whatever's, the, I don't know, what do you call them? The container storages there. The little doors used to open up. And, you know, then it would dip in and pull the containers out. Now they just, you know, dip through and clip through and... Come on, guys. This is, you know, 1.0, yeah, or in this case, 1.1 experimental. Put the animation back. They're just little things that they've left off or done weird that just... No. Anyway, let's get into this station here. All right, so this is our Caterium. So this will pick up our Caterium. We can hop out for a quick hot minute. So the order of operations is, okay, I can't check it while it is loading and unloading. That's right. I don't want to miss my train, so we're gonna keep an eye on it. Here we go. And before it takes off, I just want to see what's in this one here. All right, so that is the copper. That's the quartz. This is the train. Station unreachable. Oh, that's interesting. Why? That? See, this is why we test. Why on earth would you be unreachable? Okay, well, let's turn off. Let's turn off self-driving, and let's start seeing where the problem might be. So I'm manually driving the train now. And periodically what I'll do is I'll turn the self-driving back on. So just watching the track there. Yes, the switch by that arrow diamond there is telling me I'm going in the right direction. Okay, this seems like a good place to turn it back on. Nope, still unreachable. It could be a... Just go, 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 go. It could be a problem at the roundabout area, but I don't think... I'm pretty... Yeah, see, all the... Sometimes these trains can do things that are just... Like, why? Why are you struggling with this concept? Hey, Mr. Blue Slug. Hey, Mr. Yellow Slug. Hey, Mr. Yellow Slug. You can see them way off in the distance there. They did improve the visibility. I approve of that. And yes, I do like the new long curves that they also gave us for our trains. Mind you, they kind of always had those curves, but make sure I got my arrow going there. So a quick hit of the D key. And we'll go racing through. Hopefully we won't run into anything. How are the brakes on this thing? Not great. Straight through, my good man. Straight through. Oh, there's the problem. I think I found the problem. Not that. What am I doing in here? Yes, I'm pretty sure I definitely found the problem. That's broken. All right. Well, let's re-rail this thing. Press E to re-rail the train. We don't want to delete it. Let's back you up. Yeah, I don't usually have derails. That was kind of cool. Yay! All right. So why did you derail coming in through here? Yeah, I've got rid of enough of the track here, so we're gonna get rid of these two pieces here, and we're gonna connect here. Yeah, see, no one else goes through there because you can see this guy is ducking up around. And then he goes off to do his thing. They join here. I bet you that's been my problem. Let's try to turn on. Look, we're moving. We're moving once again. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Off we go. Okay, that was good. That's how you test trains, guys. You drive them until they break. Isn't that how you test everything? Use it until you break it. That's called quality control. I kind of want to fix that bit of hypertube line because these were put in before we had the full update. Because now we have the nice curve section, and that could definitely be used there. Let's see how we do going down the hill here. I actually don't need to finish riding the train here. The fact that it can find the station tells me all I need to know. What I can I go into the map while I'm in here? Yes, I can. Excellent. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to remove from my HUD. Don't need to see that stuff. I'll leave the train stations in there just because the HUD's getting a little bit crowded up there. Should go happily, merrily past. One of the things I also want to do as we approach the town, that's actually going to look really nice. We're going to get a nice skyline up there, aren't we? Because there's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, a bunch of buildings. That's going to be the new construction site because it's where I've got the most space to put in a bunch of high rises. Then we'll have some low-lying buildings, like some prefabs and stuff like that. But I think that's going to look pretty cool. Yeah, I have no idea what I was going to say before that until I scrolled myself. But you know what? Let's just ride with it. Roll with it. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix those hypertube curves up at the old section there. The curves look so much better. They actually follow the contours of the track quite a bit better. All right, we are not going to let this thing just keep going. I just want to get one load, mostly because I wanted to see what order they are appearing in, and to kind of make sure everything's working. And that, you know, you can tell it was definitely necessary because, ooh, broken. Yeah, come through here, please. That path's ready to go. Come through here. These paths are ready to go, and then you can just slip into your berth. We're going to let you unload, and then we're going to turn off our self-driving. And there we go. All right, let's hop out of there now. Actually, nope, we've got to stay in there. I'm going to turn the self-driving off now. There we go. And then we can hop off, and we'll see what we have. Okay, so first one is quartz, second one is copper, third one is the caterium. So let's move up a floor. I need to bring some way to get up there. I am missing some way to get up there from down here, which means I probably need another elevator shaft somewhere. And I'm thinking what I'm gonna do here. Where's the elevator shaft underneath here? Right over there. Okay, so we're gonna go like that. Let's put this piece of floor back in. Okay, we can grab our elevator shaft. I can bring this down. No, I can't. I need a floor first. So we're gonna go like that. We're gonna sample. We're gonna hit E. Nope, we're gonna hit E, and then we're gonna bring encroaching others clearance. Whose clearance are you? Oh, that. We're gonna move that. Then we're gonna bring this down. There we go. Think to there, and then when I put in the next floor, you go down to here. So that gives me that floor. There we go. You can see the quartz peeking out, which is nice. Okay. So that then gives us access to the tower. Now, to get access to there, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put an elevator. Can't really put them between the stations, so we'll go right here. We'll come up all the way up to here. Rotate you that way. And that's how we can get from down there to up here, and then we can ride up through there. Yes, I know I have the hover pack on. So why am I putting in elevators? Because I like to make sure I can actually walk the path. You know, walk the walk and talk the talk. Okay, gonna need to get the power line over to here. Without it looking like complete doo-doo and poo-poo and caca and all those other fun little words here. So we're gonna jump across this right here, like so. Then we're gonna go into our blueprints. We're gonna get our single light light stand. There you are. We're gonna snap you on top. Yes. How do you look being up there? Do you look comfortable hanging out there? You're not dangling off weirdly. You are kind of dangling off weirdly. What if I do a little half snap? Does that look a little better? Yeah, well enough. All right, and then we need to come over to here and go up by 2. Grab this again. Let's just point you that way. Let's give you a half a nudge like that. And then we are going to, I think I should be able to get away with that. How does that work? Is that going to clear any trains that are coming through here? Well, if I go up to there, and let me just grab a train. Choo-choo, Mr. Choo-choo. Yes, you got lots of clearance. Yeah, that'll work just fine. Actually, that's the same height as that. Yes, okay, so it's 2, yeah, oh, cool. That being the case, can I make this cleaner? Can I make it look prettier? So So what I'm going to do here, let's do this. We'll sample that. We'll turn you that way. We'll grab our power line and we'll jump across. That should still give me clearance on the choo-choo. It gives me lots of clearance on the choo-choo. That wouldn't there, but it would here. Okay, cool. We'll just erase that. We'll hit R, and we'll erase that, and then we'll grab that, and then we'll line you guys up again. Facing that away. So we can take our power line to there, and then we can jump across the towers to connect these two guys. And the elevator is not powered yet because I need to connect to them. All right, so that elevator is now powered, and one of the reasons for me doing it this way, because I was trying to figure out how am I going to get my power upstairs? I don't know. I do know now, because I can just go like this. So I'm going to move this guy to there, and then we are going to come across to here, to there, and then we can go all the way back, reaching across the Great Divide, and we can connect you to there. Okay, so that now gives me the ability to fly to the very top floor because I have power all the way up now. Right? Yes, I do. Yay! All right, I did have iron near me, didn't I? While I'm up here? Yeah, so I got 3 iron nodes right there. Completely can't see them. Where the hell are you guys hiding? Oh, there you are. Oh, look, I've marked them already. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, let's come over here and let's... I'm falling now! Immediate stop at the bottom. All right. Okay, so that has got power going up there now. Now let's cut through the window here. And that is Caterium. You can see a little piece of it there. That is our copper. You can see a little piece of it there, and well, that's clearly the quartz. You can see a lot of the piece there. All right, so we need to run upstairs now, and we need to start looking at the feed lines. All right, so all we need to do here is to keep things a little bit cleaner here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove this section of belts. We are going to again turn on our beam here just so we can see. We're going to grab our floor hole, and we are going to put that there, and then we're going to connect like so. Okay, so that's the copper. Let's jump back downstairs here. Oh, wow. Kind of lined up. I do want to get rid of that, so let's get rid of that. We're going to grab a lift. We're going to go up to the ceiling like so. We're going to grab a lift. We're going to go like that. We're going to grab ourselves a belt. We're going to make sure we're in straight mode. And yay! That is copper! So the manifold should fill up. Nothing will go into the machines yet because I haven't yet to power the machines. But we are going to be doing so once we tap off there. I'm also going to need to put in some interior walls here. So we're going to have some walls to kind of isolate and separate and, you know, just keep people from wandering around. So we're going to have one room here. I think I want to have a little bit more decorative vibe. What would be a good window for here? Maybe something in the concrete windows. No. Maybe something like this. And then if I grab the 1 meter foundations, I should. Come on. Come on. Like that. Why aren't you sitting right? What is going on here with my walls? Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put a little thin one right there. Let's put the floor back in. You can see why this is definitely the part I struggle with the most, the kind of design. I'm gonna go like that. I'm going like that. I'm gonna leave that one thin and that one a little bit thicker. Let's see how that looks like from outside. Keep hitting X instead of C. That's not bad. Let's grab one of these guys here. Just to get some light in here, we'll turn you this way. Like that. And because I sampled that, it should already have all the correct settings. Perfect. Excellent. So we can go into the copper room here. So copper is now filled into all of the manifold, but not into the machines because I don't want them into the machines just yet. All right, what are you? You are my Katerium ingot. Did I do you with your... Yeah. Did I do you? No, you need to be set to copper ingot here. So we're going to go Control C. Hey, look, we even have a little walk path here. We can probably put some stairs on it. Let's drop back down to the floor. And we go Control V, Control V, Control V. And let's get all of these pasted into the machinery. All right, so that's 12 of those. How many did I need? Let's get back into the modeler. I needed 12. Oh, pardon me, morning hiccups. 12.95, so let's toss another couple of crystals in there. 2 crystals in there, please. So that means I need you running at not 195, which would be enough, but I'm going to give that little extra 1%, so 196, and that'll be my copper ingots. Yay! While I'm here, let's also get some stairs in here. So we're going to go like that. We're going to grab our catwalk stairs, and we're going to go boop. Boop. Boopity and boopity. Yes. Okay, so we can get up there. These guys don't need such treatment, but these guys do. All right, so you're the Katerium. You are the quartz. You do not need smelters. What am I doing? You need to go straight into constructors. You do not smelt quartz. You grind quartz into constructors. Okay, well, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Oh, yeah. Oops. No. It left a crate. All right, one thing I can't stand is a super full inventory. I have yet to empty my pockets from my little adventures, so I'm way too full. So let's take a quick look, jump in the hypertube. Gives me an opportunity to fix the hypertube tubes down there. Yeah, this is how I play the game. It is ADHD Satisfactory Supreme. Oh, squirrel, I'm gonna go chase this thing. Oh, squirrel, I'm gonna go chase this thing. But, you know, things get done. You can see, you know, we got shit going on. We got stuff happening. We've actually, 95% finished things. Yes, over here it still needs, it needs vertical supports to get away from the floating platform. But all the buildings are done, except for the exposed underworld. Yeah, that's, ADHD satisfactory. Satisfactory ADHD is what has got a hold of me. The letter after A is B. Can't you see? ADHD. And take the left lane, thank you. And into our new little hypertube hut. Smash face first into the wall. Okay. Slugs. I got a bunch of slugs somewhere in my inventory here. Let's do a quick sort. Did I not pick up any slugs? No sluggies, no sluggies, no sluggies, no sluggies. Yes, there they are. So we got a couple of blues. We got a couple of purples, and we got 7 yellows, so we can get those out of the gold booty list. And then we can go and dump our critter remains. So we're gonna go like that, gonna go like that, and like that, and like that. And yeah, you know, we won't talk about that. I don't know if I want to do a research on a hard drive yet. I'm gonna actually have to take a look in there. Let's pop into the MAM, or not into the MAM, into the hub here, because I want to drop those fellers. And then we're gonna throw away, or not throw away, but throw these guys into storage. Let's do another sort here just to see how we're doing. As I carry 1 nuke around. Those are all fine. Everything's fine. That's kind of freed up some spot. I do have a bunch of portable miners here. I don't care about, just can keep them on. The fact that we can stack those now, again, is one of those wonderful things. There's so many things that they've done right, and then there's just the occasional little annoying little thing that just drives me absolutely nuts. Hey, let's check on the boys here. Bob, Doug, and Mac. I need 1 more to complete the set, and he'll be Z. Oh, he's got me. Mac here has got me some circuit boards. Bob here has got me some aluminum casing, and what has Doug got? He got me a yellow slug. Good job, boys. Keep up the awesome cuteness. All right. Yeah, how can like the cross between a dog and a lobster, and they made him cute. Good job, designer. Okay, let's go deposit said yellow slug, which is right there. There we go. Do another quick sort here, just kind of keep an eye on the inventory. And, ooh, I am getting low on fuel. Fortunately, that is one of the things that is in the dimensional depot, so we'll just pull you, drop you out, and we can throw you into the system, and you can see I can just upload that right back in there. So now I've got a full fuel tank again. Yay! All right, so the next thing I actually want to get going here, I do want to get something unlocked, and that is the aeronautical engineering, which is going to require the radio control units. So I need 50 radio control units. I'm not making those yet, because nuclear power, I need the supercomputers to unlock the nuclear power, so I'm not in any rush for that. I need the supercomputers here. I also need the fusion frames, which I'm pretty sure I actually have some on me, because I found them, and that'll give me the turbo motors and all of these things here. Particle enrichment is what I can use to get rid of it's a nuclear waste here, but aeronautical engineering, just because drones are really nice when you've had only a small amount of stuff that needs to go, like, you know, the output of your supercomputers, which is a whopping 3.25. Also, I just like using drones and having a drone port and whatnot. Also, the fact is that they no longer run exclusively on batteries, so I want to see how that goes. Transport's available input back and forth between its home port and destination ports. Drone status has 9 inventories, can use any fuel type, refuels at any of its connected ports if possible. So I don't have to build batteries. That was one of the big issues I kind of didn't like about the drones in the previous, up until 1.0. Yeah, back in 8, it was still, it only, for whatever reason, they burned batteries. Now you can put whatever fuel in, which means, yeah, you may not get as great, but I could set up either fuel, because I'm producing packaged fuel, or just simply coal, really. Throw some coal in there. I got coal everywhere. I usually have a surplus. But I want to get these guys unlocked here. So I'm going to toss what I have in there. So I need a bunch more motors. Yes, I'm going back. Don't worry. Computers are motor. So we need 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 300 plus a stack for the inventory. And race our way back. and drop you into where you need to be. All right, now the question is what does it take to build these radio control units? Oh, not much, actually. That shouldn't be too hard to crank out here. A little bit annoying, just standing at the bench here, but if I go 50, and there we go. Yeah, all I need to do is grab a bunch more casings, and then we can just listen to the clankety, 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 clankety as it does its job. All right. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, really should have put a higher ceiling in here so I can do the slide jump, but oh well, it is what it is. There's the aluminum down here in the very, very dark end. How many do I need? I don't know. It'll tell me if I've got enough. There, look, I've got enough. Plus an extra one for the pocket. Yeah, gonna have to finish off down here eventually. ADHD satisfactory for you and me. I have a red bike. What's that thing over there? All right, let's get these guys built. While I take a sip of... Oh my God, they're slow. While I take a sip of my coffee. Oh my God, this is so slow. Oh, that was disgusting. I am so sorry. La la la. This is intolerable. Yawn, 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 yawn. I am not standing here anymore. When all I need to do is go into production and grab a manufacturer. I don't have to use the bench. I can set up a temp. In the machine, I throw the stuff to make my radio control unit. In we go, boomity. We go boomity, and we go boomity. And we just let this guy do his thing. And I also then go boomity, and we just crank the suckers out. Ooh, 6.25. Now we're racing. Ooh. Yeah, okay, let's get that do its thing here. Because I want to look over here, and what I want to do here, let's get at least a few of these hard drives. Like I say, I don't have everything unlocked. Like, I'd like to get the nuclear unlocked before, while I still have some hard drives, but honestly, hard drives are all out there. I've got the scanner. They're not hard to find, and the fact is that now that we can clean them out. Well, that's going to take 10 minutes. Now that we can actually deconstruct the sites, yeah, it makes pretty easy collecting hard drives now. All right, I got some time to kill. What else do I want to do here? How are we doing on tickets? We got 78 in there. Oh, that's... Hey, look! 78. 78. ADHD satisfactory for me and not you, because I don't know if you have it or not. I do, and yeah. All right, is there anything I need to buy or want to buy? Do I care about factory card? No. Do I care about the boombox? No. Do I care about trophies? No. Management, anything in here? Yes, let's get that done. No sense not having them. In the organization, have I got everything here? Yes, I do. In the customizer, do I have everything? I don't have the paint finishes, but then I don't care. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Also, don't like the metal roof. If I'm gonna do something like a, Quinson hut or something like that, I'll get them, but foundations are good. Walls are all done. And what about my architectural stuff? And I might as well unlock those. It's not like I don't have the tickets. All right, so I need to grab myself some tickies. So we'll dop into the old chest here. We'll grab these guys, and then we can go to our shopping cart and just buy them. Yay!
Thank you for your purchase in the Fix It Awesome shop, the best store on the planet.
That's because it's the only store, Ada. You. Okay, don't need those. Let's put those away. Let's do a quick inventory sort again. There we go. All right. How you doing over here? Oh, looks like you're probably done. That only got me 12. How did you only get? Oh, because you can only hold 100 at a time. That's okay. So we'll throw another more in there. We're gonna have to do this a couple of times. That's cool. Just to make sure, again, very much a temporary. Let's just grab a quick storage there, grab a quick belt, throw you into there. Let's just throw a bunch of these into there. There you go. Chew on that. Almost there. Let's grab some more there. Down to 32. I'm going to clear the list just so I don't have to see those. They no longer were valid numbers, so. I don't necessarily need the drones right now, but you know what? I am here right now, so I might as well get them done. How you doing in there? You're doing fine. You're one lonely little machine. What is going on here? You look like you are flowing. How's the inventory flow? That is not the inventory line. This is the inventory, parts of the inventory line back here. There's the inventory line. Actually, that's moving pretty good. Yeah, this is actually moving pretty good. Just kind of looking at the ratio of concrete. So there's a concrete. Yeah, so I'm not really not dumping a lot of concrete into the line. And while I'm waiting for that research, I'm wondering if maybe I can improve that. Yeah, you can definitely see things are moving pretty good in the old inventory line here for that. Where does concrete load in? Somewhere around here. I guess I'm gonna have to turn my flashlight on. Of course, that is all going into the sink. I don't see any concrete there because oh, there's the concrete. How are you not loading any faster? Can I get you to load faster? What is on this side of the merger? Something else. It's ugly. It's very much a Mr. Scott kind of thing. But what I think I want to do is I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to grab a splitter for here. I'm going to put that there. Now, pretty sure. Yeah, you're going to clip to the ceiling a little bit there. So let's take you out. That's not what I wanted there anyway. So I'm going to reset everything. I'm going to put a merger here. Then we're going to put a splitter. I'm going to hit 6 again. That's on my keyboard there. We're going to hit another splitter there. Then we can go up by 1 and a bit. And let's see if we can't tuck you into place using guess default. There we go. Okay, so let's upgrade the lifts. Just to make sure that everyone has enough concrete. And what that should do is increase the amount of concrete now that dumps into the thing. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, much better. Because we always, you know, concrete is something that you can never have enough of. Oh, more missing wall holes. So these were for the old wall holes were. So So now we can put in new ones to go through there. So there and there. There we go. That fixes that. How we doing out here, folks? If you give me all my... Oh, there we go. We got them all. So we can clear the line here and clear that line. And let's get our drones unlocked. That's why we're still here. We're waiting for the drones. So now we can go boop, push the button and listen to Ada.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
Wanna bet? Cool. Okay, so that's got that. Yeah. So, how you doing here? You got a minute left. Concrete should now be filling my container. Yeah, so you can see we were always kind of just dumping everything into the dimensional depot. That would be over here. So that's nice and full, so we're actually building up. All right, cool. I think my work here is done. As far as the recipe and the mem, I can check that back at the other end here. You're just going to nowhere. Let's get you out of there. We'll leave you in place, and then we'll go through here. Gonna have to do a restart because there goes the frame rate. All right, let's make sure we're flipping the other line there. You can see the little blue rings. I hit E in my keyboard, keeping in mind that these hypertube junctions always default left. So if you want to go into the right path, you are going to have to hit the E key to make the switch. All right. Let's run over to here, and let's go to the next section. And while I'm traveling down the next section, I'm going to take a quick bio break. I'll be back in a moment. Hello! I'm returned. I probably should fix the font on my I'll be back sign. It's a little hard to read those letters. Anyway, we are back. To great relief. Okay, where am I going? I am going this way. I forgot to fix the hypertubes back there like I said I was going to, but you know what? They ain't going nowhere. All right, all the way to... That is actually kind of a long run. Cool. La 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 la, away we go, fly away. And arrived. Okay. Oh, you know what? Nope, nope. Damn it, stop hitting that one. Let's take the elevator. With the ridiculous sound music. Up we go to here. Door open. We ran across to here. Look, there's another elevator ready to go. We summon the car. Now it comes. And we can step in. And I probably should label these properly. And we're at the lobby. Yay! Okay, so what were we doing? We were... No freaking clue. That's what we were doing. Okay, we were... Right, emptying inventory because that is sitting on the floor. Okay, so that's taking care of that. All right, Mr. Silica, you need not smelters. What you need is you need constructors. 7.93 to be precise, which means I need 8 of them so we can... that's with room. That is just by themselves. So there is a pod of 8 constructors. Oh, that actually kind of works out a little bit okay, because yeah, that kind of uses the space in a nice manner. All right, here we go. I still haven't decided if I'm going to leave these floors open plan, like open concept plan, or if I'm going to wall them off. I feel like it started feeling a little bit too tight in here. And honestly, it's what it looks like from the outside that is the more important anyway. So yeah. Okay, let's get you lined up. How is that? Is that okay? Is that good for everybody? Not particularly. There we go. We'll put that on that edge. That corner right on that corner. And how's it over here? Are we looking reasonably aligned? Sure. And down you go. Okay. We'll let the platform build itself in. Ooh, hey, you know what I can do? Oh, you know what? Did it line up? No, it didn't. So no. Sorry, buddy. We have got a slightly different plan for you, I think. Let's see how this looks. I love the fact that I can just delete the whole bloody thing. Because you, in fact, have a catwalk. Yeah. We can align your catwalk with this catwalk. Like so. Then I can take Mr. Bridge here, or Mr. Stairs. And we grab you, and we'll just go zoopity to... Oh, why? Huh? Oh, that's because the spacing's not quite right. Oh, that's fine. No, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I got this, guys. Don't worry. Stop panicking, everybody. Stop panicking. We can go like that. We can then grab this, and then we can go like that. And then we can go like that. Grab a stair. And that's what happens when you turn on zoop in the middle of the operation. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? All right. Hey, research is done. Let's see what kind of garbage recipe they're trying to foist on me now. All right, so I'm gonna go find a place to set up a MAM. Did I have kind of like a little working corner going on around here yet? No, not really. So I usually like to set up like a little workshop space for myself. Where do I want to do it? I think I'll do it over here. So what I'm, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get ourselves a workshop, and we'll put the workshop right there. We'll grab a bench, and we'll put you right there, and then we'll grab a MAM, and we'll put you right there, and then we'll drop to the floor. All right, what trash are you trying to foist off on me now? Oh, no, I don't care. Wow, that is just gross. Oh, look, crystal computers. How lovely. However, I will take these heat exchangers, because those are pretty much ready to go. I've got lots of rubber available. Well, easy enough to produce rubber, and I've got lots of those available and easy to produce, so yeah, sure, why not? All right, so that's one hard drive. Let's see what else we get out of the shuffle. So I'm going to put maybe at least 3 through the system, and then I'll reevaluate and see how it goes, but we'll go from there. All right. Now let's finish getting the rest of this stuff set up. So we have our fancy stairs coming up now. This is really not the thing I should be focusing on, but let's get that in there. Let's grab our catwalk stairs and drop you down to there, and we'll grab our catwalk stairs and drop you down to there, and you don't have any catwalks that needs to be addressed. All right, you are going to be silica. Silica? Be serious, ka. Okay, copy. Pastel. Pastel? Nope. That didn't work. Pasty? Come on. Pasty. Pasty? Okay, let's just do it. Pasty. 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 I think I already did this one, but pasty. Okay. So those are ready to go and just need some silica coming up to them. And that silica is going to not go in there. It's just like I planned it. Gonna go in right through here. So we're gonna need ourselves the old floor hole here. Boomity boomity. And there we go. Awesome. Okay, so now that I got that silica, woo, hope anyone didn't get seasick with that dive. Okay, so we're gonna go with a lift. Oh, we missed. Let's try that again. There we go. Boom. And then that silica is gonna come up through here. Like that. Then we can grab our belt, reach all the way over there, and go into the straight mode. And there goes our quartz crystal, flying like a bat out of hell. Yeah. Oh, it's not what I wanted to hit. And stupid space engineers, they're just close enough to interfere with each other, but not the same. Oh. Because our hover pack in, or jetpack in Space Engineer, which is essentially a hover pack, is X to turn it on and off. Here it's C to turn it off to return to the ground. X and C are right next to each other. X has a very different meaning in this game. Okay, so that is going to be, the silica is almost ready to go. I just have to bring power into it. Now we just need to get the Caterium. So all the Caterium is coming in down here. I would rather, yeah, instead of flipping it around, I'd rather stay close to the central column here because I'm going to use that to send the material upstairs, at least in this case. So let's put our floor hole right there. Hopefully that should... No, that corner feels a bit extra specially tight. So we're going to come over by 1. And you know what? Let's just go right there. Nice, easy reference point is right in that little corner right there. And we go up the prescribed amount, which is right there. And we... Oh... What have I done? I made it too high. You are too tall. Make you shorter. Like that. That's better. Okay, then we can go in there, and again, it won't use the straight mode, but that's okay. I don't need to because the default gives me the nice clean corner. All right. That means all I need now is my Caterium, which is right here. Look at that. It's almost like there's a plan and he knows what he's doing. Don't be fooled that it actually does, but it almost looks like that. All right, back into straight mode. Will you fit? Of course you won't. Why would you do that? So we're going to come back to... Oh, God, I can hear the elevator music. Mind you, kind of seems a little bit appropriate. And there we go. All right, so that is now going to allow the Caterium to move into that location. Yeah, and yeah. Let's bring some power into the equation. Now, I do have this area walled off. I should probably wall this area off as well, so we have completely separated lobbies like that. I'm going to need an extra one of these to fit in here. So we'll put you right there. There we go. Ooh, that's some nice... Ooh, the reflections are pretty. What can I do to make this area look nicer? What am I looking for? Builder. Architecture. That's it. Let's see. What do we have to make things look less... Ugh. I guess I could use the painted beams here. Up to the top, like that. Yeah, nice and bright white. Let's go same like that. So we'll fill the corners in. Like that. Then we can grab our door. Grab the same windows. We'll put one there. Grab a wall piece, put that there. But actually, you know what? I want to move you down just a nudge. Just in case it's poking up to the... You can sometimes see above it kind of sticking its nose where it doesn't belong. If you know what I mean, Vern. Ooh, ooh, you will actually sit there. Ooh, that's even better. I'm gonna have to go do some fixies. So we're gonna put these there, and then I'm gonna get rid of this guy, and then I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna fix this one. Because if I move that window down by the 1 notch, and the fact that we can nudge downward, what that does is clears up the top of that wall for the actual 1 meter foundation. So we can go 3 foundations there, take out the center one, And we have that kind of nice little window gap up there. And then we can put in, and we can actually do the same thing. We can do the same thing here. Yeah. We can again put the window there, drop it down by one, go like this. I feel like I've discovered a new hack. And then we can go like that. And that is just a cleaner. Yes, 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 yes. That makes me feel much happier. So we'll put in 1 meter wall, 1 meter wall, grab the window, and I don't even have to do anything else. Just drop that in there. Excellent. And let's drop it down to the ground. And how do I hide the UIT? That actually feels pretty decent, actually. Yeah, that's actually feeling pretty good. Cool. All right, let's get back into it, and let's get the this beam in here. I can also probably go through to the outside. How does that look on the outside? Does that look okay? Do those look okay? Well, beyond the fact that they're just a touch short, but, you know, I'll extend them up. Yeah, they look okay there. Yeah. Ooh, I'm liking it. Okay, now we just have to get power through. Okay, so where do we want to run our power? We got a power pole right there. We got a power pole right there. That's going to tie into that. So let's just go boom diddy, boom diddy. Okay, so those guys are linked together. I'm going to need to upgrade you. Well, we got another recipe ready to go. We can throw that into there. Then we can go into our electrical and grab, just because it's got the nice little flange there that I want to use. I'm going to do this from this side though. What height do you want to be at? You want to be at right kind of, yeah, right where that little kind of diamondy, almost diamondy shape is. So that would be right there. So that's how we're going to move our power up to the floors. That is a really nice little kind of side benefit of having the pretty elevator. I do like the pretty elevator. Don't have to use the mod for the pretty elevator. Otherwise, I used a mod for a pretty elevator, and it wasn't very pretty. There we go. Listen. Why aren't you loading? Why are you still yellow? What is happening? Why are you not loading? Why aren't you loading? That's because you're the merger line. Shoot. Oops. That is a mistake. So we're going to have to clear that line just by doing that. Nope. Let's try clearing that line again. Yeah. Having the elevator music after you've screwed up is really quite useful. All right. Let's do this. There you go. And okay, we can now delete this and you. That's it. Oopsie. See, this is why we test. Ironically, when I first put you in erroneously, I actually did put you at the correct height. Okay, and then we can throw you into there once again. Default. Now you work. Now you work? Yes! Look at you go! Now you all work. Awesome. Okay, let's take a quick drop. Whee! And catch and drop. And what did we get? This? This is a man. All right, what do we got this time? We got cheap silica, aluminum beam. Nope. Give me something good. Oh, there it is. I'm going to take this. I'm going to look at the actual recipe that I've got currently set up for my radio. Oh. Do you guys know what this means? Do you have any what the impact of this is? No crystal oscillator for them. Yes, I need heatsink, but I just picked up a very easy recipe for heatsinks. Yay! It's not like heatsinks actually have a very challenging recipe anyway. I mean, copper sheet and aluminum sheet, alcad sheets. Oh, that actually is a great recipe. Oh, that actually makes me very, very pleased. Let's see how this changes this production line here. So I no longer need that one. So what I'm going to do here is right click, go to my radio, and I want the radio connection unit. That's the one I just picked up, right? Let's have a quick boo here. So we'll hit this. Actually, we'll hit air. We'll do a search for our radio control unit. So radio connection unit is in fact the one that I want. So radio connection unit. Yeah. I can get rid of this line because that's not doing anything anymore. I can get rid of this line because that's not doing anything. Ooh, look at all that. I can get rid of all of these right there. Excellent. Okay, so I do need this to go into here. I mean, high-speed connectors aren't exactly much better. Oh, that is a completely different recipe. None of this stuff. Not one bit of it. It's a whole completely new line. Ooh. Okay, well, that's cool. All right, so that goes into there. Let's move all of this down. I still need the quartz, which is, fine. So we're going to move you down to here. Maybe I was better off with the radio control unit. Maybe I should have kept that line and just built a second one, but it's too late now. We're going to come up with our high-speed connector. Okay, so how many do I want? I want 2 manufacturers worth. So that's going to give me 7.5. Is that what I was going to build out of it? I think so. We are going to bring out our high-speed connector. I'm going to have a quick look back in the game here to see which recipe I want to use. High-speed connector. You can hear some music has started playing. Gonna use the regular one. It gives me 3.75 as opposed to 3 per point minute. There we go. So this is going to need a whole crap load of quick wire. Well, that's almost going to use as much quick wire as, actually it's going to use more. Oof. Yeah, I still got enough, I've still got enough deuterium though. So we'll bring you out. And deuterium ingot, drop you down to here and move you. No, we're going to leave you up there because there we go. Ooh, high-speed connectors are not easy, to be honest. Was I better off with the crystal oscillators? Ouch. I hate to think that. Silicon circuit board. There's the quartz that I'm going to still need. So we'll bring that out. So we'll go to silica and we'll add that into that line. So there we go. And then I need, in the construction side, copper sheet. So this is a separate building, so I'm not tying into anything that's being over here. These are all completely different. The only thing they're going to share is original resource sources. Okay, so there we go. So now I need some copper ingots. copper ingot. And then we can have our smelter line right here. And that goes into copper ore. Well, actually, let's just close that because that's our smelters. And then finally, wire will come out here. So cable, I should say. So I'm going to move that down there. Let's move you down to here. We can squeeze you into there. Move you to here. So that's going to need a intersection like that. And then into the copper ingot down there. Okay, so that makes our high-speed connectors. That makes our circuit boards. The only thing left is these guys here. So we're going to be using 10 heat sinks, 7.5 heat sinks, 10 heat sinks, 7.5 heat sinks. What do I actually need of these? I need 30. Do I want to bring copper? Because I'm already doing copper sheet right here. Or do I want to bring in rubber? Am I bringing rubber anywhere into... Yeah, see, I'm not bringing any rubber this way yet, am I? I am going to be using an awful lot of copper. Yes, what I wanted to see is if I am not bringing any petroleum products in here just yet, do I need to worry about it? So which heat? Well, you know what? Let's do both lines here. So we're going to do regular heat sink first. Now that is just, drop it in from the aluminum line. So that's perfectly fine. You tie into there. Like that. That's only 4 of you. If I use the heat exchangers, is there any significant difference besides the fact that these are harder to make, but I need less of them, and I do have an abundance of rubber. Yeah, I don't want to strain my copper input yet because I got a lot of stuff to bring in here. So I'm going to do it thusly. So that's 3 assemblers. It's a lot of casing. How many casings per minute am I making? I don't know, but that is easily expandable. Well, I mean, I say easily as a relative term. It is expandable. Do I like this better than using the crystal oscillator line? I almost want to put do a side-by-side comparison. So let's move this over. I'm going to do that. So let's grab these guys. I am starting to really like the modeler here. For the years I was using the Satisfactory calculator, which gives you the kind of a similar flow chart, but I am starting to kind of really warm up to this. All right, so radio control unit with crystal oscillator. So computers. Yeah, see, the computers do need plastic. Which I don't need to do there. I still need to make cable. Regardless. Still need circuit boards. Regardless. But then I also need these idiotic things. Regardless. Yeah, you know what? Nope. Decision made. We're shifting gears, but we won't be getting that to this week. Hopefully, or likely next week, we'll get our radio control units done. Because these are kind of foundational little things, and I do need them unlocked to be able to I didn't mean to grab you. Let's try that again. Do need him to unlock other things that I do need to. Again, I am going to start getting concerned about, or I'm actually starting to get, I am starting to show a little concern for my power output. So I kind of like to get the nuclear going. That's the next big thing. Let's make sure you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. There you go. So yeah, we're going to do that. Anyway, let's keep our focus on our supercomputers for now, though. Okay, did I put another hard drive in here? No, I didn't. Let's get another hard drive going. I did roll good. I'm going to do one more, and then we'll see if we want to keep going. Okay, so there we go. We got those in. And honestly, I think just having this as a nice big glass front is going to look just fine. ADHD Satisfactory. It's my new theme song. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like my new theme song? And let's make sure we're zooping. Because they go to there. Then I need you. How many do we go up? 3? 3. And we go across. We go across. And then we need a shed ton of windows. So we're going to put you there. Now, where do you go from here? Where do we go from here? Now that and how do we that is so very wrong. It's astounding how wrong that is. What are you doing besides trying to think up of words to songs while you're being wrong? Why does everything just not look right here? What is going on here? How did I screw this all up? I screwed it all up. I screwed it all up. Oh no. Yeah, that was the start of a very shitty Bill Clinton impression. How topical and current, Bill Clinton. Wow. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And over here. 1, 2, 3. Don't know why I'm doing this. This is something I should be doing off camera. But you know what? ADHD Satisfactory. And then we come down to here. We come down to here. We can just go right across the top here. All the way out. Kind of got this one station that's just hanging out there doing its thing. Looking all lonely like. Only the lonely. Boop, 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 boop. And down to there. Yep. And this one goes 1, 2, 3. Really not at all important at the moment, but it is what it is. And like that. Awesome. And then we can bring these guys down. Actually, let's get you two out of here. Because I feel the need. The need for... What is the next line? I don't remember what the next line is. I can't think of a single word that rhymes with need. 4... No, 4 does not rhyme, but that's not what I'm talking about. H. Because I want to put a door when I hit 4. or gives me a door. There we go. How did I do it over here? Yeah, that does go all the way. Oh, that's a little bit misaligned, but that's all right. I feel like I'm using... Am I using the wrong windows? No, I'm using the correct windows. You know what? It's fine. Yeah, no, that's all cool. Okay, never mind. Move it upstairs. All right, so we have got our ingots. We have got our silica. Now we need to set up a whole crap ton of constructors. I need 20. Sorry, I banged my microphone there. I need 20 for the copper sheet. And I need 12 for the quick wire. Can I fit 32 up here? I think I can. So let's grab into our blueprints here. Now I haven't put the next floor in. That gives me the opportunity to raise it by 1. So I can use the 16 pod constructor nightmare. That seems excessive, doesn't it? Boy, howdy, does that seem excessive. Where does it load? So the input materials are down there. How does this damn thing work? Okay. Right, just lots of splitters, so a single line coming in. So that would take care of the quick wire easily. Matter of fact, it's overkill. No, I don't think I want to do that. I think I wanted to stick with the... Why has this got a ceiling on it? Oh, because I've got actual lights up there. That's why it's got a ceiling on it. See, that's a 4x4. This is a 4x4 space. I do not believe I need that. So, I don't want it in the room. I just want a 4x3x8. So that's 8. Let's get you away from the wall. The outside wall, that is. Let's bring you back to here, just for the time being. So that's 8 there. Let's do the same thing on this side. Here's another 8. So you need 4 more. Well, it just so happens I have a little 4 plan. 4 plan. You get it? 4 plan. We'll use the auto connect here. Can you please get me the connection? The auto connect is still a little, you know. Oh. Do I have a different 8? 4 by elevated contract. No, that well, well, that might be interesting to use this one. Do you fit? How well do you fit? Not well at all. What else we got? 4 by 1. What are you doing? You're making wire? Oh, I have a 10 constructor line here. That actually might work better. Okay, yeah. Let's pull this guy out of here. And this guy. Okay. Yeah. I have 5 by 5, 5 by 4, 8 constructors, 5 by 5, 10 constructors. This is actually a new one. It doesn't fit. Why? Why don't you fit? Why wouldn't I not make you to fit? What's the difference between the width here? Who the hell knows? How do I get a 4? Why do you manage to squeeze in here? Oh my goodness. I think, oh, because these guys are elevated. I think what I want to do here, yeah, okay. I think I want to do a little bit of a modification down here. What's going on down here? We can get rid of this. This is the... That's where I put the lights in on the 5 by 5. So this is a 5 by 5. I need to make sure I also have a... I'm going to set up a 4 by 4 here. So we're going to zoop out a bunch. Because you can't load 4 by 4 blueprints into a 5 by 5 for whatever reason. Whatever kind of black magic programming is going in under the hood just won't allow you to do that. And there we go. And off you go. And just off you go. Okay, let's grab one of these things here. Mark 1, like that. And let's make sure you're all tucked nicely into your corner. Like that. Excellent. Okay, so let's load in. Let's slowly drop down. I feel like I need a wire over here for some power. So let's also bring a little bit of light into the area. So we'll go here, grab one of our little light stands here, and we'll just kind of point you in that direction so that I can grab a wire from here and plug you into there. As now I can grab a copy of this, and that'll give me an anchor wire. Like that. Okay, so now I can continue to fly. Okay, so what I want to do here is I'm going to grab that 8, not building, construction lines, there we go. I want that 4 by 3 by 8 without the room. I'm going to load that in. What was that one again? I saw one of these ones here. I just want to take another quick look to see what the hell you were. Yeah, so you're in a row. Oh. No, you're on the floor. That's your problem. You're too damn wide. You, on the other hand, are elevated. So I want a shorter version of you. Ah! I ran out of power. So I want a shorter version of you, and so what I'm going to do here is I'm literally going to erase, not you, half of this blueprint. Like that. And then we can get rid of these guys here. Like that. I'm going to need to get you and you and you. And you are there and you are there. Get all of you little buggers. And of course it won't delete the blueprinter because it's got stuff all over it still. You will, however, delete these foundational pieces. So let's not do that. I only want to get rid of this stuff. Like this. And like that, and like that. Okay, and that leaves me a 4x3, because it's only 3 across. I mean, yeah, the lifts give it a little bit more overhang, but we're calling these the 4x3s. So this is now a 2x3 for constructor. Cool. Stop hitting X. Let's get down into range of hitting E. So this is a 2x3 4-pod constructor. Works with 4x3 8-pod constructor. And I'm going to put elevated right in there. Let's get a space in there. Let's get a space in there, and you should read 3. And yeah, let's save the blueprint. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to make things a little bit cleaner and easier. Yeah. In fact, that works really quite well. That gives me the exact numbers I'm going to need. Yep. Witness me. All right, so let's get into our blueprints. Let's get our 4x3x8, not the 5x4. We want the 4x3x8, not with the room, but just you. Thought I already put. Did I not already have one of you up here? Why on earth would I have deleted you? I don't know. Oh, because I was still making decisions. All right, let's just hit the old H button there and get you all lined up to where it looks properly balanced. Yeah, that should work. Like that. We now look for our 2x3. Two by 3 for constructor. Lovely. Not getting my auto connect here for some reason. Let's see if we can't force the auto connect. So if I just kind of move you in, do you only auto connect? No. Oh well, I don't need to worry about that, but that's 8. I need 12 of these. You're all going to be quick wire. There we go. Yeah. Yes. Now we can go across. Don't need that. Let's just put a Mark 4 in there. So you connected. Let me up, please. You connected. We need to get underneath. Crouchy. Yeah, Mark 4 belt is fine. And then across there, and you're connected. And there we go. That gives me crouchy. That gives me 12 of these guys, which can all now be set to quick wire. And down we go. All right. Hit the old button there. Please make me quick wire. Please, sir, can I have some quick wire? Yeah, I'll just run down one side here, paste, and get these guys pasted here. Like that. And 1, 2, and can't quite reach. But I should be able to reach these 3. No, of course not. Why would I be able to reach those 3 from there? Why would I make my life easier? And there we go. Okay, so that is all my quickie wires. Yes, quick wire? Yes. Okay, perfect. That means I now need 20 for the copper sheet. But the mathin' is gonna math. That's 12, because it's 8 plus 4. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. Now, of course, they won't fit in a straight line going all the way back, but they don't need to because I have this space right here. Perfect. Okay, so let's grab an 8x8. Grab an 8x8. And make sure you're going in the right direction. It doesn't matter where you're sitting right now because I'm going to come down here and I'm going to use the old nudge. And we're going to do that because we have a nice clean line. Perfect. And we're going to come up to here. Again, I don't think the auto connect is actually going to do me anything. So we're going to go down to there. I don't see the little linky chainy thingy. So we're just going to go boop. Then we're going to go find our 4x3. By 3, 8 pod. Nope, 2x3, 8 pod. Where are you? 2x3, 8 pod instructor, which I can probably squeeze in. It'd be nice if I could squeeze it in there, but I can't. Do I do this? What are you touching? Stop touching me! You can come back by one. These guys can be nice back to back. They're not really interfering with each other. Just. Yeah, that'll work. I can make that work. And then we grab some belts. Again, I think I only need the Mark IV belt here. How many of these am I moving? Yeah, easily. So we're going like this all the way across into... Oh, I did you backward. I have to replace you, but that's okay because it's just an orientation issue, not a location issue. I want your arrows going that way, please, and thank you. And then we can once again get that kind of corner right there locked into place. Let's grab our Mark IV belt again, because now I should be able to go straight across. And if I hit straight, and you kind of cut across and cut through things a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll come out of here to... We'll come out of... We'll come out of there to there. Then we can use the straight functionality and go all the way to there. Likewise, we do the same thing down here. And we do the straight function going all the way into there. And that is now 20 copper sheets. Eventually ready to go. We just have to configure the machines. Copper sheet. Why am I not seeing copper sheet? Because it's right there. Copper sheet. All right, so Control C and park in between these two guys. Control V. park in between these guys. Control V, Control V, Control V. Come on, paste it. Oh, really? Control V, Control V. And there we go. And like that, like that, and like that, and like that, and finally like that. 4 more to go. Mustn't forget about these fellas. And down, please let me down. And pasty, paste. Did you paste? Yes, you did. And run across here and paste and paste. Okay. Make sure power can flow so we can make the jump right there. We can make our other jump right here. I feel like it is a good time to put in next ceiling. So we can grab you. If I do blueprint snapping, what do you do? What do you like to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Come out to that wall. That should be fine. Can use the elevator shaft actually here for alignment. So I'm just going to raise the elevator shaft up a little bit. That when I grab you and try to line you up, I can see whether you're at the correct height. You are not at the correct height. You need to come down quite a bit, because I've already got a floor there. That is the correct height, so we can put one there. We'll grab, make sure we're in blueprint mode here. You will not fit because of an elevator shaft. So I'm going to get rid of, oh. Oops. That went all the way down. Oopsies. But it got me where I can fix all that. It's fine, man. Because I need to be able to snap you guys into place. Because I need the next floor coming up. And snap you there and snap you there. And let's go fix our elevator. Okay. One broken elevator, please. And we can start down here. Yeah, we're definitely not having you go all the way down there, that's for sure. Upsy daisy. Like that. And let's go up to the next floor, which ironically is through here. So you go to there. You are correct, right? Oh, you're not powered. You stopped being powered when I disconnected you. You never really notice how loud the jetpack is or the hover pack is until it's not there. Where did I put your little power thingy? Oh, it's right here. There we go. I'll just take a trip up to the next floor here. Hit the right button, man. And up we go. Yep, and that steps out correctly. Okay, good. That's the stupid X button again. No, we need an elevator shaft. And we gotta go meet you as we work our way up. You know what? I'll just take you all the way. Oh, I can't, because that's what caused me in my problems in the first place. I have to remove that, and I have to remove that. All right, now we can grab our elevator and move them up to the top floor. So we'll just come all the way up through here. And right about there. Elevator floor stop right there. And we're gonna need one there. Gonna want one. Come on, go down one. Can you please? Oh my gosh, no. Sure. Do da. Oh my god, it deletes the whole shaft. Okay, I'm still gonna have to do. It's still practicing with the elevators here, cause it's giving me grief. Okay, so you cross beams about halfway through the floor. Yes. Okay, let's try this again. And make sure we got an elevator. Nope, not floor stop. Okay, you actually want to sit on... I don't know why I had a hole there. Why did I have a hole there? Who the hell knows? Let's grab our elevator shaft. And make sure we're again lined up. I think that's why things weren't lining up right. So then we're going to go up. And up. And up. And just look up and I'll call Rusty. Every Canadian kid who was born in the last century should get that reference. Elevator floor stop. There already is one there. Okay, so there's my proper elevator floor stop. Okay, good. Can I get a proper one here now? Yes, thank you. How about with you? You gonna be a good boy? Yes, you are. And then we can come down to here. I of course realized, I have to fix the staircase that's going up as well, but that actually already does go all the way up to the top floor here. Because if we look underneath this foundation, we have another foundation. If we look underneath this foundation, actually I probably want to keep you, but get rid of you. We have our staircase. Yeah. Okay, good. So we also have the backup staircase. Excellent. Okay, how we doing on the old power situation? Probably everybody's disconnected and unhappy now. Everyone's pissed off. Everyone's mad. But you know what? We can fix all this. If I stop hitting the wrong buttons. Okay, down we go. We need a floor in here, please, and thank you. There we go. Reconnect your power. Bump into an unpowered door. And reconnect your power. There we go. And down to the bottom floor. Watch that first step. It's a bit of a doozy. Okay, let's go up. Next floor here. How are we doing? Are we okay? Yes, we are fine. Why you feel slightly weird there, but that's okay. We'll go up to the next floor. Yeah, so you're much nicer and smoother. That's good. Then we'll go up to our next floor. That's our current floor up here where we're working. Then we have the little service room floor here. Yes, hello, thank you. And then we come up to our next floor. And up we go. And somehow it became night. I just swore it was daylight when I got into that elevator in the floor below. Anyway, okay, so that actually should be about the height of the building. Now I'm thinking. Because what else do I need after this? I need 6. No, I'm gonna need one more floor. But not maybe as wide. Maybe I can actually bring half floors in now. So we'll have like a terrace here. Ooh, yeah, I can have a nice little terrace there. Put some safety railings up because, you know, maintain OSHA compliance. Really wish they had some other decorative packs like tables and chairs and stuff like that. You know, potted plants, because it'd be nice to build like a little lunch terrace there. All right, okay, so I'm gonna leave myself hanging here for a quick minute. Whoop, not that button, because I need to take another bio break, so I'll be right back. We are back, and yes, that is an awful lot of pee breaks that he has to take. The joys of being middle-aged men. All right, let's get some walls. Do I want to get the walls? No, I think I just want to start moving stuff upstairs. Okay, so now we have everything coming up to this point. You are not powered. That's because you two signs, for some odd reason, are not connected. So we'll do a quick connection across there. There we go. Please make me silica. All right, so where's my silica coming out? My silica is coming out down on this end here. I want to move it upstairs without it, you know, I don't want to have a whole bunch of in here. So what I'm going to do, I think, is we're going to take this line back underneath into the subfloor and make sure you're going in the right direction. There we go. And I don't care, it was the one of those belts in. So we're going to take you down to that subfloor. You are pretty straightforward. What's on the other side of this wall? This my little, nope, that's the elevator shaft there. This is the hollow. Yep, that's the transfer conduit here. We can take that out and that out, because that is down to, yep, that's the subfloor there. And we go all the way up. Whoa. Ah! I have lost my orientation. Let's turn our flashlight on, because we're gonna go all... Again, space engineers' commands are different. And we're gonna go like that. Again, we come through the subfloor here. And then we can pop out through the top here. Because there will be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have 4. We are going to have 4. And did I do this correctly? Probably not. What are you doing? I don't know. You keep your floor there. Keep your floor to yourself, man. There we go. And then we can go up to there. We can go up to there. Close that off. Let's keep the elevator shaft closed off. That needs to go up to there. There is, in fact, a wall there. Wall there. Suddenly got quiet again. Okay, so that's the production floor, and we go up to what floor am I ending up on? Yes, that is good. That is correct. We'll put that up to there, that up to there. You need to be a door. So we'll put a door in. There we go. I need a lot more walls. Yeah, okay. I'm getting it. There we go. I'm gonna ignore that bit of light sticking through there because it couldn't hurt to have a tiniest little bit of light in there. I will see how much it bothers me. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take that out of there so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that is now the transfer vertical conduit. I did whatever. Why does it not look like you're getting... Oh, is that all the Caterium has been processed? I'm gonna guess yes. That's probably all of the Caterium that's been processed. Do I send the train off on a mission? And you, I think we can stretch our wire from here to here. There we go. Was everyone got power? I have the power. Yeah. Everyone has the power. Why have you? Yeah. You are all powered. You're also full of Caterium. Yeah. Okay. So, quick wire. Quick wire gonna come out here. In fact, I need to put that wall back in. I'll just erase this wall here so I can get in and out of the shaft. Then we are going to take our wall hole. I love the wall hole. Who doesn't love a good wall hole? And into there we go. Where is that damn quick wire going anywhere? It is going... goes to the circuit boards and it goes to the high-speed connectors. It also goes to the computers, so it goes everywhere. Literally everybody wants a little bit of that. Okay. So, I need to get to the service floor. Here's my next service floor. Is this my next service floor? No, I feel like I'm missing a service floor. I am definitely missing a service floor. What's through here? Nope. What's through here? Yep. There we go. Okay. And I'm falling. Because it's a service floor, I actually don't want it closed off. I want to keep it open. Yeah. Like that. That is what I'd like. Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. These are all... What are you guys looking for? You're looking for... Okay, so you're going to be the quick wire. You want my Caterium ingots, which are all in here, right? You are Caterium ingots? Yes, you are Caterium ingots. Okay, good. So the ingots need to come into the backside of this. Like that. And we'll send you that away. Alrighty. Alright. And then you can go up to here. That's the correct height. You come out of there. And let's go this way. You are clearly one too many in height. Yeah, I can see that now. You hear machines crunking and grinding. There we go. Let's bring our belt over to here, nice and tight up against the wall. So you should be feeding, or you will be feeding ingots once I get the outputs. That's the wrong one. That is, in fact, the incorrect one. That is the... Oh, I'm glad there was nothing in the line, otherwise I just would have polluted that line. What I'm going to do here is... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to move this down to the next level down, which should be right about there. You're not getting in the way of anything I'm important, are you? No? Okay, we can then do that. Alright, let's run that belt again. That is not quite right. Need to go up by one. Wall hole. And up by one. Thank you. And into the center. There we go. Excellent. And I've already got the belt up there, so all I need to do is connect you to you. And up go ingots, please. Yes, up go ingots. Yay! Love it when a plan comes together. Up we go. So ingots are flowing and moving and grooving. I need to bring power up to this floor. We are going to hold off on our power. I'm going to do that wall there. I'm going to build the walls in because I need... The hell window am I using down here? No, I'm using these ones here, so let me just grab. There we go. Just because I need to know where the divider is, so then we can lower you by one. Nope, we are going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to get rid of you. Which ones are you? Did I delete? I have One there. Okay, so we come down by one, so 1 and 1. Okay. Up, please. So you and you get removed. And we got to come back down here. I'm just going to sample the window because we want to put you there and you up by 1 there. Okay, just wanted to get that in place so that I can now bring my power line through. I think I'm going to do it a little. It is very dark down here. Let's fix that. So we're going to do our little lighting repair here. And put you there. There we go. I can see. Okay, so power. Let's just punch the power through the wall here. And go into our E menu. No, I'm gonna have to go into this menu to get to the double wall outlet. I like these ones because of the flange. And we'll put you there. We're gonna connect your power to there. I don't want another double one. I do want just a basic one. So we are going to go clicky. We are going to grab a flush mount. And we'll put you up to here. Hey, look, there's a power line right there. And then if we just go like this, you're in the wrong place. Let's come over by 1. Clear you out of there, and let's reconnect your power again. And to there. Need to make a jumper across to here. And we need to jump across here as well. Like so. All right, that is all the quick wire. Next thing, what are you? You are my copper sheet, so you need my copper ingots. So we're gonna do the same thing here. Let's get this wall put into place just so we kind of have everything all where we want them. So we're gonna go up by 4. We're gonna grab one of you, put one of you in there. We're gonna put 3 of you in there. Because again, I don't want you popping up through the floor above. We're gonna remove you 2. We're going to remove you. We're going to grab our window. We're going to go boop. And we're going to go boop. Yeah, I know everything's kind of getting this nice gray color here because I'm just using straight up concrete. I like the clean look of the concrete. You know, it's that brutalist kind of design choices that I usually end up making. We'll see about, you know, actual using other colors maybe, but all right, how do I want to feed power? Well, I happen to have a real convenient, also very, very convenient connection there. How am I going to connect across back? Well, we have another convenient right to there. You, on the other hand, do not have a connection yet, so we're going to go across to... not there. Well, first let's take that wire out so we can connect across here. That actually brought that whole line in because I already fixed that part. And now we can go all the way across to there. And you guys are almost powered. One more jumper across to there. Okay. Where do our copper ingots come in? Well, the copper ingots are going to come in right here. So we are going to put a floor hole in right here. Like that. Copper ingot. You're all copper ingot. How do I want to get you upstairs? Well, we're going to do the same thing we did with the Caterium ingot. Is I'm going to put a floor hole in right underneath the catwalk here. Going to grab our belt, make sure it's going in the proper direction like that. We're going to grab a belt and go. Sorry, that's a lift, not a belt. Then if I drop down to here, I need to go up through there without the copper or the quartz getting in the way. Can I sneak it past through here? I think I can. I think I can. Okay. So let's grab our lifts and come on, snap into place. There we go. We'll grab our belts. We'll come sneaky in behind here. Then we'll come over to here. Like that. Grab a lift and run our way up the shaft. Let me turn my flashlight back on again for a quick hot sec. There we go. Yes, I am really not a big fan of the way they have the flashlight in the game. It's the fall off just feels weird. I mean, I don't need it this bright that close, but I'd like to get more range. Yeah, they could really play with the light fall off. It doesn't need to be the inverse square law on our flashlight. It can be, you know, faked out. Okay, so that can go like that. That's gonna now start sending my ingots upstairs where our machine should start loading up. As long as all of my belts are connected. Why do I feel I don't have all my belts connected? No, you are in fact connected through here. No, you're not. I lied. We are going to go through here. We're going to take her down to a Mark. No, we're going to use the Mark 5. We're going to go across. I should now see a bunch of ingots flowing, or some ingots, some ingots. Can I have some ingots? Me too, please. Yeah, these machines just need to start filling up, but there's nothing stopping you from going that way. I need to get... Oh. I need to have some way of getting through here. But, fortunately, I have catwalk stuff. So we're going to grab a catwalk. We're going to change you to a corner catwalk. Going to go to the stairs, and we are going to just... Boop. And boop. Because now I can go up this way, go across this way, and I can fall. That is really up against that wall. Really up against the wall. Okay. Here, copper ingots already flowing that way. Cool. Very slowly they are flowing that way. And the... Yeah, okay. Eventually, one will make it through. So you can see all the machines are filling up. That's the thing with the manifold. How many am I dumping out? 388 ingots are going into here. Yep, so the belts can handle it. It's just a matter of letting everything kind of fill up and catch up. For movement's sake, let's grab one of these. Let's grab another one of these so we can go all the way across. Let's use the zoop. Yeah, let's go to there. Let's grab one of them. Grab our stairs. Down to there. And then grab our stairs down to there. All right, so that allows me to start moving around. Okay, so you should be full of quick wire. Yes, you are. You've run out of ingots. That's because we aren't using them all. So if I go down to here, you can see that they've all cleared from there. That's because we've used all our Caterium. Okay, so that takes care of that floor. Need to bring the silica upstairs now. I can probably close that wall up. All right, where is silica going? Silica is coming out this side. It's already going downstairs because somewhere along the line I already did that. Need to put some walls here to block off the view. I don't know if I necessarily need to. You know what? No, I'm going to leave that exposed just so we have a bit of a view. All right. Okay, so silica. Let's get you flowing upstairs. And I guess we'll just run you to the center here. Like that. I am going to redo that because it shifted just by that one little bit, which is enough to drive me insane. So I'm going to get you right there. And we're going to get you right there. All right. Anything else? I'm going to remove you guys. Gonna leave that wall there. Actually, I have a staircase that should be coming upstairs here. I haven't put in the staircase. That's because you're a ground floor. You don't have a staircase. Your staircase is over there. Okay. So then we can go all the way back upstairs. I think I am going to, leave you guys enclosed. I'll leave that open there so I can see where the hell I am. And where is that silica going all the way up to? I believe we're coming up to this floor. All right, so now, what do I need to squeeze in here? I need to squeeze in 6 assemblers to make the circuit boards. And that's the copper sheets on this side. And the silica that's right here. So then I'm gonna need 2 for the AI limiters that I need. Yeah, okay, so I need 6 assemblers. Let's build out the lobby here. So we're gonna have stairs coming up to here. And put these in right now. So we're gonna have a set of stairs coming up to here. To there. And that should reach that floor there. Just like that. So I can put walls going up. Walls going up. And walls going up. And I'll remove that one in a moment, and then down to there, and then that's going to be a doorway. So that's our stairs. That's our elevator shaft. I probably am going to need a new floor. I'm going to need another floor up here, I'm thinking. She's getting to be a bit of a tall building, isn't she? Yeah, she's getting there. All right, let's put a door here. Let's put the door in there. Let's get some of these other wall features in, or not necessarily features, but get the walls in. Like that. I know I gotta put the windows and stuff in there, but we can just do that. And I probably could have found an easier way of doing this, but it is what it is. And up by 3, up by 4, up by 4, and up by 3. We can take you out. You 2 out. Same thing over here. These middle 2. And that one. Awesome. All right, let's grab our window. And one there. 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 And there. Okay, so that's the lobby. I'm gonna do these guys just like this. Yeah. We'll do them just like that. Let's grab the beam and race you as high as we can, and we'll do the same thing on this side. Have you ever noticed how cluttered the HUD is on this game? That is a bit... It's always been something that has been a bit annoying. Like, just too much, too opaque. That isn't working. Let's go down nice and close here. There we go. That's snapped in correctly. And from the top there, and we'll just go to the top there. And the top there. Okay. So I have nothing coming up to this floor yet. That's because my silica is way the hell down here. Now, that might be too tall for just a stretch on the lift. Where does that gotta go to? That's gotta go all the way. Where does that gotta go to? I think I can get rid of these two, right? Yeah, that's the service floor. So we get rid of these two guys. So grab the lift again. Make sure I'm in the right menu. There we go. And up we go. I just ran out of LCAD sheets. Well, how much silica am I actually moving? Actually, quite a bit. 140 plus 156. That's 160 plus 140 is 300. I can actually get away with a Mark III belts. Mark IV belts. Yeah. Did I not set up the dimensional depot yet on the aluminum? No, I have not. Gonna have to do that. Okay, so that brings my silica upstairs. Don't need that one there. Let's get rid of that. Now, along with the silica, where the hell did I dump those copper sheets? Where did I put those copper sheets? Where am I dumping my copper sheets? Okay, you're that. Oh, there's my copper sheets. You have not yet been dealt with. You are still sitting right there. Okay, so what do I want to do with the copper sheets? I think I am just going to go through the floor again to kind of keep everything nice and tidy. And we'll bring you up. And Connect across. Okay, now we need to go down a floor, which is getting more and more difficult to do, but that is all right. So yeah, I guess I can just run the copper sheet right up beside the silica. Yeah, okay, so we'll grab a lift. Grab a lift. Please snap, there you go. Grab a lift. We can run you right to here. And up we go. And once again, how many copper sheet am I making? 150, 77, so it's 160 plus 40, 200. Yep, we can get away with a Mark 4. So there. Okay, so that is everything I need to make my 6 machines worth of circuit boards. Now, do I have anything in the assembler line? I have constructor stuff. I have silica circuit board, which is an entire building. I'm not putting in an entire building. I don't have anything for assemblers, it seems. So let's put in some assemblers. Nope, let's go to here. Pardon me, had a big old sneeze fit there. All right, let's get our assemblers. And how many can I squeeze in this space here? I can probably... Pardon me, sneezing again. I don't think I can get them facing each other, so we'll just have to do a line of them, so we'll just run them down the middle here. I'll leave myself a little bit of a walk space there, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Sorry, sneezing again. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so these are going to be, oh, actually, you know what I should do? I'm going to go like this. I'm going to get rid of these 5 because there's a new feature we have, which is if you sample, so silica, circuit board, copper sheet, and silicon, yes. Because the nice thing is if I'm going to do a little bit of math here. So 5.7, it's all related. So 0.95. Okay, so each machine, because I only need 5.7 machines worth of circuit boards. So that is going to be 95%. Did I say? Was that correct? Let me check my, yep, 0.95. I'm actually going to go even 12. Yep, 96%, because 12 times 6 is 72. I need 71.25 overall circuit boards. So again, I'd just like to have just a tiniest little bit of overflow. I am really starting to think about my power, and I haven't looked at that yet, and intentionally. All right, so there we go. So that machine is ready to go. So now, because of the new way these work, is if I sample this machine and I pop one in, it copies the settings from the sampled machine, which is really awesome. It doesn't work with the blueprint when you have just kind of empty machines, but if you are doing a custom line like this, and I totally wasn't counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you get all the same machines all ready to go with the same settings. All right, we can get some belts in here now. How many of each do I need? Yeah, Mark 1 belts are more than enough, so I think I'll just use some Mark 2 belts here. Oh, not belts, lifts. So we go Mark 2. We're going to have these guys facing this way. Like that. And then we're going to lift you guys by 2. So we're going to keep everything... No, do I need to? Yeah, we're going to keep everything nice and clean here. So we're going to come up by 1 on these guys. 1, doop, doop. Doop, doop. Like that. Okay, then we can come all the way down to here. Grab our... You know what? I've already lost this row, so I'm going to take you out of here. And I'm going to actually throw you on the backside here. Now, I don't know how much this is going to drive me insane, because you're not on any actual line. Yeah, I'm already committed to fixing it, so I'm gonna fix it. So I'm gonna go there. At least one of you guys is properly registered. Doop, 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 doop. We have to get these out of here now. Why do I do this to myself? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, please. 6. Let's just make sure everyone is still configured correctly. Yes, you are. Again, we'll go low belt on this side, I think, this time. And again, I'm just going to use the Mark 2. So 1, 2, 3. That went in wrong. 4, 5. I mean to be using these. 6. Let's just make sure we change these guys. You're all 2s, you're all 2s. Okay, let's bring these guys up now. By 1, 2. Why do I feel that didn't work? Yeah, that's right. That's okay. That's good. 1, 2. No. You weren't the correct height. 1, 2. There we go. 1, 2. The count of 1, 2 is 1 splitter merger height. So if you have stacked splitters mergers, that is the correct height. 1, 2. All right, speaking of splitters, let's grab ourselves a splitter. Material's gonna flow that away. I really shouldn't have put those lifts in. That was kind of stupid of me because I have to replace them. So we're gonna just, yeah. There we go. So we're just gonna go like this. You can hear it's not tinking, clinking, doing any of its fun things. I shouldn't have hit that. Didn't mean to hit that button. So let's do that again. I think it is getting close to the end of the stream. He's starting to not be able to function anymore. All right, let's get this thing's set up. I want to get this line in here. I do see by the clock on the wall, we are kind of getting into our 3-hour mark. So we're going to go up by 1, and then we're going to go forward a bunch until it lines up again. Are you lined up? Are you lined up, mister? Yes, you are. Gonna do again, we're gonna nudge you back into this position. We are going to grab our Mark IV belts. And we are going to see if you give me a clean curve. No, you don't. So we are going to do this again. So we're going to drop you down by 2, move you over. You know what? That way I don't want to replace the list, so we're just going to do this. We're just going to do this. We're going to move. Nope, we're going to keep you at that height. We're going to push you back to here. I love the new nudge. Yeah, I have a gap there, but what I can do now is just take my Mark II belts and just bridge across. Like. What is going on here? Are you all ass backward? What in the hell is going on here? Okay, let's try doing these guys again. So, yeah, in, in, and in. Why were you giving me grief? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. All I want to know it do is run you back down to here. Plug you into there. Plug you into there. Grab me splitters. And start dropping you in. So one there, one there. So we're gonna need 12 of these. Let's get everything. Oh, look at you doing it all wrong again. And we'll get you onto the belt there. Let's just do all the lower ones first. You're gonna go into there. You're gonna go to there. 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 And there. All right, let's grab our Mark III belts. Sorry, our Mark IIs. We're gonna connect across. Just get all these little buggers connected. And there we go. Okay, so these guys are now connected. I just need to bring the circuit board or the copper sheets and the silica into place. But I think is going to do it for today. We got a goodly bunch done. We kind of wandered around a little bit. We got our we can make drones now. So if we look in our transportation, we have, where are they? Drone and drone ports, which is going to help moving things around. We are getting our tower nicely built. Let's actually take a quick run in the hypertube so we can look back at our work. It's going to be a little hard to kind of picture it as we're doing it, but let's take a look otherwise. So things left to do is to get in the AI limiters, and yeah, I'm gonna have to also set up for rubber to bring rubber back. That's a bit of a run, isn't it? So, no, bad hypertube. And let's just get up in the air. And let's turn on photo mode. Let's lose the HUD. And do a little zoom in. So yeah, we can see we're getting our first of our buildings coming in. Again, we're gonna have the radio control units nearby. We're gonna have the few modular engines, whatever the hell they are. We're gonna have all of our space elevator things, all in these nice little towers, self-contained towers. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. I think that's gonna be okay. Obviously, I need to do something much more for architectural design. Right now, it's just, you know, platforms. But we're going to get our windows in. We're going to get a nice pattern on that. And then we're going to get a bunch more buildings in, and we're going to be happy, right? Yeah, I'm totally going to be happy with whatever I do. Yeah. But that is going to be it for today. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, please leave a like if you enjoy what you're seeing. Leave a comment. Tell me if you're not enjoying it or what you would like to see differently, or if you have any complaints or anything like that. I want to hear them just as much as I want to hear, hey man, you're awesome kind of comments. If you stumble upon this and you've actually managed to watch it through for the last 3 hours and you're not subscribed, good on you. Way to show your stick-to-itness, but maybe think about subscribing. That way you can and hitting the notification button. That way you can get more notifications and you can watch more. And, you know, thank you very much for subscribing. Later this afternoon, of course, my Space Engineers series video will upload at its usual 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So same thing there, you know, hey, have a look at it. If you like what you're seeing, hit the old like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button. But that is my usual YouTube little pleading for, hey, please like me. But that is going to do it for Satisfactory for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Be safe, be good, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.